Hey everyone, Tendra here. My week has gone pretty good so far. I've managed to level up 2 new characters. The first one is a Draenei warrior. This gives me my 8th warrior on my account. The second one was a goblin shaman, and this gives me my 6th shaman done on my account. I'm hoping to get a few more done before time walking ends, maybe 1 or 2 more characters. I also messed with the Kalimdor Cup. I really wanted the Drake Racer's Silks. The racing part was pretty fun, but I didn't seem to get a breadcrumb quest when I logged in, and it took me a little bit to find out where the quest was. And just in case you don't know, it's over by the Drake customization pad in Veldraken. You'll get 10 Riders of Azeroth badges for doing the quest, and if you do the race on normal, you will get 3 badges the first time you place gold in the race. So the way I did it, I would go out and do the quest. That would give you 3 races. That would give me a total of 19 Riders of Azeroth badges, and I would need just 1 more. So of the 3 races, I would do 1 on advanced mode, and that would give me my 20th badge, and that was enough to buy a piece of gear. I did that on 10 characters. Mind you, my 10th character needed 50 badges for the Drake pattern, so I just tracked the achievement Kalimdor Gold, and that gave me a list of every race, and it gave me enough badges to buy the 50 badge pattern. After doing all that, I did make it to my normal weekly farms, so let's take a look at them and see how I did. So first up this week, I went after the Tusks of Mannoroth. For those, I have to head over to the Siege of Orgrimmar, located in the Vale of the Eternal Blossom. This is a Mists of Pandaria expansion raid, and it's pretty quick. So I headed over there, and I got my 92nd attempt done on these shoulders. Again, I didn't see them drop, so I'll be back here next week, and I'm going to hope I have a little better luck then. With no luck on the Tusks of Mannoroth, I headed over to farm the Scythe of the Unmaker. This drops an Entorse, the Burning Throne. This is a Legion expansion raid, and it's located in the Argus zone. I'm after the red version of the Scythe, so I have to do it on Mythic, so I headed over there. I took out Argus the Unmaker, and I got attempt number 73 on the Scythe of the Unmaker. I didn't see this drop again this week, so I'll be back here next week, and hope I have a little better luck. With my 2 items out of the way, I started my mount farms. The first one I went after was the Hellfire Infernal. That drops out of Nighthold. I'm after the red version of this also, so I have to do it on Mythic. Anyways, I headed over there, and I took out Gul'dan. That gave me the 61st attempt on the Hellfire Inferno, but I didn't see this drop either. I'm in the range where it should be coming down pretty soon, so I'll just have to keep at it and hopefully see it pretty quick. This left me with just 1 raid to go, and that was Ulduar. On the way up here, I did look for the time-lost Proto-Drake. I don't ever see him, but maybe one day I'll get lucky. Out of here, I'm after the head of Mimiron. So I headed over there, I got back to Yogg-Saron, took him down, and got attempt number 57 on the head of Mimiron. But I didn't see this mount drop again this week either, so it's another one I'll have to come back to next week. The last 2 I'm actively farming at the moment are 5-man mythics over in Battle for Azeroth. First up was the Underrot. Out of there, I'm after the Underrot Crawg, and I have 27 attempts on this one so far. So I headed over there, worked my way to the back, took out the Unbound Abomination, but he didn't drop his mount this week either. So it's another one I'm going to have to come back to next week. The last one I'm doing is King's Rest. I do this one a little different. I do this one as a multi-character farm, and if you're not sure what that means, I do 13 characters every week until I see the item drop. So let's take a look and see how I did this week.
You have freed me from a cruel feast, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel feast, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel feast, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master gathers power. You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel feast, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master gathers power. You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel feast, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel feast, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, time to kill! You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel feast, But Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master... Swine! You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. My blade! You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan.
Well, we're at 162 attempts in here, and it isn't dropped yet. I might just have to keep pushing at it, and hopefully I see it soon. But hey, if you're wondering, this week I'm wearing the Juggernaut's battle gear. This comes in 4 versions, looking for Raid, Normal, Heroic, and Mythic. If this is something you're gonna farm up, all the pieces will drop from Antorus the Burning Throne. For the most part, this is completely soloable, so you shouldn't have too much of an issue getting all the pieces. It should just be a little time sink. So if you do go after it, good luck to you. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm gonna send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.